Hi, everyone. We are here today to talk about Kelly Explains the Power of Five. So to give you a little background about Kelly's Choice, our mission is to empower individuals to invest in themselves and their overall wellness in pursuit of living their best lives. Sounds pretty good, right? I hope we're all as happy as the girl is there in the picture. All right, so to get into some fast facts, what we know, and very sadly, is that Americans do not consume enough fruits, vegetables, dairy, or whole grains, and consume too many meats and refined grains. 2 in 3 millennials skip lunch to get ahead at work, and also 53% of Americans don't think about what they're going to eat for lunch until they're hungry. So some of these fast facts are leading to a lot of the health conditions and problems that we have today with type 2 diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, higher cholesterol. And so in overall, just feeling not so great. It also can lead to some mental health issues like anxiety and depression. So this is a pretty big topic, right? So these seem like they're, pretty well-known fast facts, but how do we change it? How do we actually get good nutrition so that we can reverse these fast facts? Well, we need to go back to the basics. So back when my kids were little, they were 5 and 7. I was a busy working mom. I was actually working at Wegmans at the time. Crazy amount of hours, trying to do some side hustle as well, and just working a lot. And of course, my kids wanted to have 2 completely separate lunches. So instead of me struggling every single morning to figure out what they wanted to eat, when they wanted to eat it, I came up with the power of 5. So as you can see, there's the number 5. We have 5 fingers. So I was able to truly teach my children at the age of 5 and 7 how to get the 5 food groups in their lunches to make sure that they were getting the right amount of vitamins, minerals, protein, and whole grains. So getting back to these basics, we have the 5 ingredients or the 5 food groups. We have the protein group, we have fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and dairy, the 5 food groups. So when they would go to pack their lunches, I would say, girls, do you have all your parts? And they'd say, yes. We have a cheese stick for our dairy. We have whole grain bread for our sandwich and for our whole grain. We have our turkey for our protein. We have carrots for our vegetables, and we have apples for our fruit. Now, of course, they wouldn't say the same things. They'd have very different things that they would choose. But by doing this, it truly taught them how to balance this out. And now today, as adults, most of you, this is what I recommend. So as you can see, it changes just slightly as you get older, and we actually fill up half the plate of vegetables. We have this section here for our protein sources and this for our whole grains. So if we can truly get half the plate of vegetables, it's going to ensure that we do get all of the vitamins, minerals, and fiber that our body needs. Plus, you can change that first fast fact and you could actually get enough fruits and vegetables. So I was running with my neighbor this morning and she said, you have such a good relationship with food. And I said, thank you, but that wasn't always the case. I was definitely one of those females that got into restriction and skipping meals and trying to be that weight or whatever it was. And what I realized that if we skip meals, if we are restricting, it actually restricts our body. It restricts our organs. And our body is not happy when that happens. So we want to make sure that we're emphasizing to get breakfast, lunch, and snack. Because when we don't have these meals evenly throughout the day, it actually puts our body into a stressful state. So we don't want to be there. So just getting something simple, we're going to go through some recipes and how to put that together. But we want to make sure that we are breaking the fast, getting in those nutrients and vitamins evenly throughout the day, because without getting in these 3 meals, there is no way possible you could reach the amount of fiber you need to, the vitamins and minerals, and the protein. So as you can see here, in this little dish, we have this Greek yogurt, chia seeds, We have berries. This is going to give us that whole grain. It's going to give us that protein and dairy source. And it's also giving us our fruit. So this is getting 4 out of the 5 food groups. Easy, convenient way to break that fast, to get in good nutrients and vitamins. So we talk about also intermittent fasting. That's come up a lot. It's on social media. So what does that actually mean? Well, basically everyone should be fasting between after dinner to the morning. So I was really lucky. I got to go to India right before COVID. And we talked about how important it is to let the digestive tract rest at night and in between meals. So truly, intermittent fasting is not some new brought up thing. We should have been fasting from the time you finish dinner. So let's say 7 o'clock until that next morning when the sun came up. That is truly giving the body enough fast to calm down, you have a better night's sleep, and then you wake up to break the fast, breakfast. Okay. And then in between meals, you're giving your digestive tract time to really break down those foods, use those nutrients and vitamins, and then you get into your next meal. So getting into why these breakfasts we just talked about is important, and then lunch. So lunch is in the middle of the day. And if we are not taking time out to refuel those carbohydrate stores, the protein stores, we are going to get that slump in the afternoon. Plus, you're more likely to overeat at your dinner meal. And you're also more likely to consume simple carbohydrates that don't actually give us any nutrients. So getting in these snacks, as you can see here, very different snacks that we're talking about than the snack aisle. These snacks are our vegetables, our fruits, we have a hummus. So this is where getting in whole foods is going to prevent us from getting in those simple carbohydrates that really aren't doing anything but increasing our waistline. So last night I was talking to a bariatric group and talking about just this in the way of snacks. I said, I want you to think to yourself, every time you put something in your mouth, do you have a protein and a fiber source? It's going to kind of make you think and be mindful so that you're not just grabbing simple carbohydrates. All right, so let's break down the 5 food groups. Let's get into grains. Now, grains have gone from good to bad to good to bad to good to bad. Why? Well, because grains are confusing. When we talk about getting in whole grains, we're talking about getting in the 3 parts. There's a bran, a germ, and an endosperm. When you have enriched white flour, like white bread, white rice, white flour, crackers, this actually can remove the bran and the germ, which removes the fiber and the B vitamins. So basically, you're just eating simple glucose, which breaks down to sugar. That's not good. So that's where grains have kind of gone back and forth. However, whole grains that have all 3 parts are fantastic because they're going to give you that fiber source. So, and as you can see back from the plate again, it's not a huge amount. It's about 25% of the plate is coming from those whole grains. But this fiber source is going to help you fill you up, keep you full, and it's also going to make sure that you are getting that fiber that we need evenly throughout the day. Now, in the way of protein, protein is a macronutrient that can't be stored as itself. So you can store carbohydrates as carbohydrates, and you can store fat as fat, but you cannot store protein as protein. So you want to make sure you're getting an even amount of protein throughout the day to ensure that you're getting what you need. So getting in meat, poultry, fish, beans, peas, eggs, nuts, seeds are some of the different types of proteins that should be swapped out throughout those different meals. These protein sources include B vitamins such as niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, B6, vitamin E, zinc, magnesium, and iron. So we want to make sure that we're getting at least 4 ounces of protein per meal. This is where we want to make sure we're filling up that amino acid pool basically in our system so that all of our water slides are working. So our hair, nails, skin, blood, bones, muscle, cartilage, everything is being replenished with our protein sources. All right, so getting into fruits. Just like grains, fruits have been a little bit demonized. Fruits are great. We want to make sure we're getting at least 2 cups of fruit a day. And this could be coming from your raspberries, strawberries, apples, bananas, mangoes, or kiwi, because these whole fruits have antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and my favorite word, fiber. So these fruits will help to fill you up and keep you full, and they will help prevent you from chronic disease. Now, drinking the juice is not going to have the same benefits as eating the whole fruit. Getting in the whole fruit is going to contain fiber, what the juice does not. So make sure to stay away from fruit juices and go towards the actual fruit. In the way of vegetables, as you can see, one more time with our plate, that half that plate should be coming from vegetables. And the way that we do it in our house is we try to get 2 different sides of vegetables so that it doesn't feel like you're eating a ton of broccoli, for instance, or peppers. So getting in 2 sides of vegetables is going to help to bump up your vegetable consumption, give you different colors, and it also gives you different fibers, folate, potassium, vitamin A and C. So we want to make sure that we're getting at least 2 cups of vegetables per meal, actually. So we want to get 4 to 5 servings per day. In the way of dairy, dairy actually can be brought into the protein section, but dairy actually has a ton of nutrients and vitamins, calcium, electrolytes, protein. Just always make sure you're choosing low fat or fat free. I'm not against fat, but the fat that comes from dairy is saturated fat. So you want to make sure that you're getting low fat or fat free dairy options. So these are some healthy breakfast ideas. As you can see at the picture, we have our beautiful egg that has tons of nutrients and vitamins, also has protein sources. So again, the egg has been one of those foods that has gone back and forth with nutrition, but the latest research that is up to date really tells us that we want to eat the whole entire egg. The yolk is where the nutrients like vitamin A, E, and D are going to be. It has a good fat source to absorb those nutrients. And also, it's where the B vitamins are. So make sure to eat the whole egg. You also can see the avocado in the toast that's going to provide us with that fiber-rich source. So eating a breakfast like this is going to ensure that you're getting all the vitamins, minerals, fiber sources, and protein that you need to stay very satisfied to get yourself to lunch. So as you can see here, most of these items have both protein and fiber. Getting both protein and fiber at breakfast really stabilizes blood sugar levels and will help you stay healthy. Here's some great lunch ideas. I love all these ideas. Tuna fish is one of my favorite things, and it has your omega-3 fatty acids, which is your EPA and your DHA. That can help to reduce your inflammation levels. So as you can see here as well, we paired protein and fiber-rich sources. So you can never go too heavy on the vegetables with any of these. You could add carrot sticks, cucumbers, peppers, a salad. So anytime that you can add in even more vegetables to any of these types of foods, the better off you are. And then getting into dinner, these are some great ideas of getting in some awesome types of dinner ideas that you can have as well. So I want you to think very basically in making sure that you're getting all the colors of the rainbows, making sure that you're getting your fruits, your vegetables, your whole grains, and your proteins. Putting foods together in this way is going to ensure that you stay healthy and stay happy. So thank you so much, everyone, for this presentation today. I hope that you enjoyed the power of 5 and put it towards your next meal. Thanks so much and have a great day.